What up, witches? I recently had someone ask me about how they should use their manifestation box that they had bought from me from, there's a little dog running out there, their manifestation box that they had bought for me from Etsy. And so I thought it'd be a good idea just to explain what I told them, because they were a little confused on how they should use the box in general. I don't really like to tell people exactly how they should use their boxes or anything like that I feel is kind of personal to you and what you feel like works for you and what doesn't work for you. But I'll at least explain the way that I use my boxes in general. So in case you're wondering what a manifestation box is at all, it's basically a tool that you use in order to create the life that you want, or to bring the things into your life that you want, or to just basically manifest things in your life that you want to happen or that you want to occur, or that's the same thing. But you get the idea. So for my manifestation boxes personally, they're usually around a central theme. They're usually like space themed or like stars. Usually I have something around those lines in the ones that I make personally, but they can be anything. It can be a freaking shoebox if that's what you want. But personally, the ones that I sell on my Etsy shop are usually space themed. I do have a couple that are this like white ones, and they're a little bit more like Tumblr-esque. I don't really know what you call it, but I would say a little bit more Tumblr-esque feel and look than what I usually normally go for. So it's essentially, these are the ones that I sell. They're basically a 4x6 by a 2x4, 2x4x6 inch box, and you open it up and it's empty on the inside, and you do with it what you please depending on what you use your manifestation boxes for. So I'm just going to show just a couple of them just so you can get a feel for the type that I usually do. So this one is the elements, and I like to make them black most of the time with some white accents. That's essentially what my manifestation box usually look like. I sell 3 different types, 4 now I think. I have this big version, and then I have these mini ones. I have this mini one, but this is more like a mini altar box because they come with things inside them already. The manifestation boxes are usually empty. They don't have anything inside of them when I sell them. So that's essentially shameless self-promotion. Those are the kind that I sell. So a customer had bought one off of me, and she had wrote me on Etsy, and she said, hey, something along the lines of, I purchased your box and I put some stuff in it, and then I just left it alone after that, and I wasn't sure if I was using it correctly or not. And my advice to her was that there's no right or wrong way to use a manifestation box. You know, usually you go with what you feel like is working for you, or what you feel like fits your style of craft. But to give an example of how I use mine personally, I use mine more in the way of a vision board. So the way that someone would use a vision board is basically the way that I use my boxes. Or a box, I only have one. I have a lot because I sell them, but I only have one that's like mine that I personally use on a daily basis. So just for some background information, the little card that comes with the boxes, I'm just gonna read what I wrote inside of it, so that way you get just like the basic idea of what it is they're supposed to do. So it reads, I put it in first person, so ignore that. But hi, I'm a manifestation box, but you don't have to use me as such. I can be a travel altar, a prayer box, or even a jewelry box. However, if you do decide to use me for manifesting, remember that I can be a powerful tool in creating the life that you want. Place things inside of me that you want to manifest and attract into your life. Your belief is important. You must believe that what you desire is possible to manifest. Klutz. Double klutz. And believe that you deserve it. And then it's some other stuff about, the box and take good care of me and blah, 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 blah. So that's essentially the idea, which is why I say it's kind of like a vision board, because vision boards work in the same way where you like visualize the stuff that you want in your life and you want to put it down and make it concrete. So that's why I use mine like a vision board. So the nightly routine that I go through with my box is that I either have 2 altars. So I have my one altar, which is the one that I change with the seasons, and it's more like ornamental. I don't want to say it's ornamental because it's not like just there, but it's the more ornamental one. And then I have my other one that's down yonder, which is the one that I use daily and nightly, or I should be using daily and nightly, and I don't, but I try. I use it a lot more than I used to, so there's that. And just to take you through my routine and what I do at night. I basically ring my chime 3 times just for grounding and opening and all that other junk that we're not gonna get into right now because it's a whole other topic. So I do my chime and then I go through my manifestation box. And what I do is I open it up, and each of the things that I have placed into it, I go over each one. So I'm just gonna try to go for like a random example of what it could be. So, and this is completely random because there's nothing to do with me. I'm just picking something out of the air. So it could be something like, in the year 2012, I will own my own software engineering company. You know, like let's say that's something that I had put in the box, and that's something that's like words. So you can have things that you like write down on paper. It can be visual things. It can be like a sculpture. Like it can be anything that you want to put in there that represents something that you want to manifest in your life. So if that was one of my things, that would be what I would do. I would go through it. I would look at the paper, and I would say out loud, you know, in the year 2012 or 2012. Wow. In the year 2025 or whatever, I will have my own software engineering company. Like that is what I would do. I would go through each of the things in the box and speak aloud what they are supposed to be manifesting, whether it's a piece of paper, whether it's something 3D, you know, whatever it is that's in there. I'm going to take it out, I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to visualize and manifest and speak into existence the things that I want in my life and the things that are represented in that box. And like I said, there is no right or wrong way to use a manifestation box. It all comes down to what you feel like works for you and your style of craft, and what just works for you in general. Just what you feel like is the right way to use the box. If it feels like it's the right way to use the box to you, then it's the right way to use the box. I don't want anyone to think, oh, if she does it this way, then I'm doing it wrong. You know, it's whatever works for your style. Hello. And just to give another example of how someone could possibly use their box. For me personally, mine is closed on my altar until I'm ready to use it. And then I open it up and I read aloud all the things that I want to manifest in my life, or I hold on to the objects that are in there and I visualize and I speak aloud and speak into existence the things that I want to manifest into my life. But my mother, for example, because how I got into selling these is one year for Kwanzaa, I had made manifestation boxes for everyone in my family. And then that's how I basically got into selling the manifestation boxes, because I liked them so much and they were like such supporters and like, you should need to sell these are great, people would love them. So that's how I got into it. Just by the way, everything that's in my shop is something that I have personally made for myself, and then later on thought, oh, if I want this, maybe someone else does. So everything in my shop I have a version of that I use on my own, but that's just sidebars. Your girlfriend looks like Sideshow Ball. Anyway, the way that my mother uses her manifestation box is she has it open on her altar at all times. It's always open and in view. And I haven't looked at it recently. I haven't been on, like, I've been there, but I haven't like looked at her altar, really looked at it recently. I think what she does is, instead of like physical things, I don't know, I think she puts crystals in her box. I think that's what she mostly does. So whatever crystal represents the thing that she wants to manifest into her life, that is the crystal that she puts in the box. I believe, I'm not entirely sure, but I believe that is what she does with hers. So even if it's not the same way that I use mine, you know, it's another example of any way that you can use a manifestation box. And even the original customer that had asked me, was she using it wrong or was she doing it right when she had put the things that she wanted inside of it? And I'm not entirely sure what she put inside of it. She didn't share that information with me, but she said she had put something inside of it and then she just like left it and was just leaving it there and like not interacting with it and like too much with it. And if that is what she feels like works for her and is working, then that is what works for her. Like there's no wrong way to use it. You could also put something like charms in it, or like bottle spells, or like anything in that nature, like whatever you want, anything that will help you manifest something in your life. This is like the vessel used to put it all together and to like keep you focused on the things that you want in your life and to make sure that you're like keeping on track with these visions that you have for your life. I personally love using my manifestation box for all the reasons that I had said before. You know, it keeps me focused, keeps me on track. It keeps the things that I want in my mind and keeps me working towards them. But it also is going to help me get to those things, you know, like just itself. At least that's my belief. You know, everyone's belief is different, but for my belief, it is what is going to help me achieve those things that I want in my life. Feel free to correct me. I don't care. fight me, we can argue. And it's obviously not something that everyone is going to want to use. It's not something that everyone is going to feel like they need to use, especially if they use a different style of manifesting. Like, not everyone uses a manifestation box to manifest things into their life. There's plenty of the ways that you can manifest things into your life. But I feel like this is a way to keep you like focused and on track on it. At least for me, it's the method that works for me. It's not going to work for everyone, but personally, it's my favorite and my chosen method, because while I do like vision boards, they're not my chosen method of manifesting things. Okay, so just wanted to give a short little informational introductory thing about manifestation boxes. I might do like a more in-depth dive another time, but this was just strictly because I had that question that someone had asked me on Etsy, and I thought it would be nice to answer it for everyone else that might be questioning whether they're using it correctly or how to use it at all. And plus, hello, shameless self-promotion, like, these are freaking cute is all.